What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Maverick here with another episode of ReZero Season 2. So, lots of interesting things happened last episode. We got to learn a lot more about Otto, but most specifically, the thing to take away from that is that he is definitely a 100% bro to Subaru, so good on Subaru for having a friend like Otto. I'm sure he'll be even more important in the future. Speaking of which, Subaru himself got into sorta kinda of a lover's quarrel with Emilia, right? And we can finally say lover's quarrel because he's finally kissed a girl. So, I guess they are a thing now, much to the dismay of Rim fans everywhere. But, yeah, at least we got that going for him now, so everything's looking up Subaru, I guess. But at the very end of last episode, we are now facing the relentless Garfield, I guess you could say. But hey, who knows? With Subaru's luck on the rise, maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to get out of this situation just by talking and not fighting. Well, in any case, let's get into it and find out. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Young Guzu and young Garfield. Which one is this, though? Ow. Ow. Dude, you're lucky your skull did not completely crack open. Okay, I guess that's the future he saw? Something like that? That's why he's so adamant on. Yeah, that is. Okay, maybe talking is kind of out of the question at this point. Okay. I guess I... But how does that tie in with the beginning of this? I have to reunite. How does this tie in with the beginning of this? Huh? But I still don't quite get... Okay. Never mind. I'm just reminded of one of my comments that said, it's Tiger from Winnie the Pooh. Huh? What in the world did he... But why? Oh, this goes all the way back when Federica said that this is gonna be crucial. No. What? Wasn't that Puck?
俺を止めたきゃお前の手で止めろ。ビビって自分の血に逃げるな。臆病者のビビり野郎。お前どれだけ人をバカにしてんだ。俺たちは外の世界へ行く。エミリアは墓所に挑む。聖域は開かれる。お前が望まなくても。誰が頼んだ。誰が許した。ここは変わらないままでいいんだよ。ずっとこのままなんてあるわけねえだろ。俺たち全員に追い込まれてるみたいに一人じゃどうにもならない時が必ず来るぜ。明日にでも今この時にも。ぶっ倒されろガーフィール。数の力を思い知れ。もっと他に言い方があんだろうが。
ん
よく見ろよガーフィール。お前が怖がってる壁なんざどこにもない。壁はある。俺様がそうだ。俺様もばあちゃんや他の連中も立ち止まった。それでしまいだ。終わりなんだよ。勝手に見限ってんじゃねえ。いつだってどんな時だってやりたい変わりたいとそう思った時がスタートラインだろうが。また顔を上げて歩き出すの。誰がどうして諦めろなんて言えるんだ。そうだろガーフィール。そうだろ。
Nobody knows who Rim is right now. Huh? Once again, Shamanic? What? What? Isn't that the power of Sloth? I don't. He's going down.
ここまでされちゃ認めるしかねえ。これってしまいだ。もう誰
Oh.
に。
Oh. Oh. Bye bye. Revenge! You gotta do the T-Rex howl, right?
これが数の力だ。もっと他に言い方あんだろうが。じゃあみんなの思いを束ねた絆の勝利だ。クエインの意志は一人。
Okay. Never mind, never mind. They won. That's all that matters. Okay.
あの昭和ル魔女が原因だな。あいつが言ってた怠惰の
Yeah. Sloth Witch Factor.
見えざる手のひら、視覚外の衝撃、いや、深しなる神の。
Well, they did say he observed it, right? All the way back in season 1. Oh, lap pillow. Yay!
大一番を乗り越えた後のご褒美だな。はいはい。
Headbutt! Yep.
いきなり何すんで
Quit being a Sundarai Subaru.
無事でよかったぜ。
No.
通訳いりますか？心配させないでよ。だろ。ついでに調子に乗らないで。次はないんだから。
Where is Garfield though?
ありがとな。
And Ram. This is the second night, right?
で、ガーフィールは
So one more night until.
でも今は邪魔しない方がいいと思うの。邪魔？
Okay! I did not expect that.
起きたの？目覚めた？ならとっととどきなさい。いい加減足がしびれたわ。
Damn! Ram and Garfield?
優しくする価値のある相手ならダムだってそうするわ。
Damn it, I'm heartbroken now. Ram!
半端な気分でてめえらに。
So relentless, Ram.
古い付き合いのよしみでね。
So basically, if I'm getting this correct, so all the things with his mother actually happened in the first place, and so every time he goes in here, he needs to relive the past. That's why he's afraid of going out. Is that like the whole deal? Do let me know if I'm interpreting this wrong, right? I mean, I guess we're gonna find out right here. One to each. Ah, being the bigger Ane son that she is. 'Grandmother?' So, alright. So basically, every time you enter this trial, right, it's going to be slightly different, based on, you know, based based on like your own experiences, your current mental condition and whatnot, what you believe in, your goals. I,
目に見えてどうだっつうせいかはねえな。ただ区切りやつけてきたつもりだ。
but don't you have to go through 3?
残りの試練もそいつは俺様の役目じゃねえ。そうよ、それは私のお仕事だもの。勝手に取っちゃダメなんだから。ああ、それとなんだがよ、俺様が試練に納得できたのは多分てめえのおかげだ。ありがとうよ。お前今お礼言っ
Alright, alright, alright. Random. What did you expect, Subaru? I thought that was kind of obvious. Again? Like, a good luck? Good luck chump? Oh, as a reward? Oh. Okay, I guess not completely. Shy. Okay. Is there still gonna be like a twist? Wait, what? Is he talking about what I'm... Ah, so that's what he was doing. Oh. Hey. Witch's daughter? Okay. Nice, nice. I'll see you guys after this. Well, that is it with episode 41. During that ending there, before the scene between Ekidona and Emilia, when Garfield and Subaru were talking, because of the music at that time and whatnot, I actually had the feeling that they were going to throw another twist into the works. I feel like I've seen that happen before within this series, where during that part, when everything is just seemingly going up, then some big revelation occurs that turns everything around once again, and Subaru's like, oh no, I forgot to, or I assumed something that didn't actually happen. But no, it was just a little joke at Subaru's expense here. But speaking of which, though, so there's a few topics I want to talk about for this particular episode, and let's talk about the main one first, right, which is this entire conflict between Garfield, his story, and what's his problem, and etc., etc., etc. Now, look, I get it, right? So basically, he's a child, he needs to be forgiven, he simply has his own ideals, he's misguided, and he's had a sad childhood, his mother left him, and etc, etc, etc. I get it, right? I get it. When you boil it down, though, this is literally a child throwing a tantrum, right? That is literally it. So, See, originally, when I looked at the very beginning of this episode, it happened pretty fast, right? But I actually thought that what happened was the village was was ruined or something like that, and so basically what Garfield saw, or because I wasn't quite sure if he only saw the past, or maybe it was he had some visions of the future or something like that, right? So originally, I thought that what he was seeing was basically some what-if scenario where once the sanctuary, once the barrier around it goes down, and then bad things happen, etc., 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 right? That was what I was thinking was the story, and that was what I felt the situation of Garfield was. Now that it's entirely revealed, and it's just a simple sort of kind of misunderstanding or a misinterpretation of events, you could say that maybe this, because he didn't have proper guidance as a kid, right, growing up and whatnot, he was left to his own to have his own interpretation of events and whatnot. It gradually became the situation that we see today, which is, if to put it a little bit more nicely, or is this nicely, or is this more bluntly, a waste of everyone's time. Basically, that's it, right? Because it just kind of feels so out of place in regards to the overall plot here. We got the entire Roswell situation. There's some big mystery within that part that's related with the witches and all that, right? We have the part where with the attack on the mansion and whatnot, and those forces are more or less related to like the succession, the throne succession, politics or fight or whatever you want to call about it, right? Whatever you want to say about it. So those are related. Those are like some big macro world events, and then we get this small, tiny personal event from Garfield. It just kind of feels like, with all the things that's happening in the world right now, like, dude, no time to focus on you, right? I know, it might be a little bit harsh to... No, well, actually, I don't know. What about you guys? What do you guys think? How did you like this entire thing with Garfield and whatnot? Like, seriously, there's a lot of times when I watch anime, people who have been following my videos probably know that I enjoy a good antagonist, right? There are many times when the antagonist beats up the protagonist, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I want to see a good fight, right? I want to see the protagonist suffer through this stuff, and really work to get what he or she needs at the very end, right? To overcome the goals, overcome the hurdles, and whatnot. For this, though, seriously, I wanted to slap Garfield myself. Like, he really deserves a good little spanking here, alright? Maybe call me harsh or whatnot, call me heartless, but that's just how I feel about the situation. So, anyways, the only reason why I would think, the only explanation I have why we would need to have this particular sort of story in here, going through Garfield's own micro story and whatnot, is maybe because that he's going to be an important character in the future, right? He might be part of the gang, if you will, and working much more closely with Subaru and Emilia and the others than then not. So kind of like an auto in a sense, right? And if that's the case, then I guess that's the reason for all this, is so that, by understanding his backstory and then having his entire backstory or his problem being solved by Subaru and all the others, it kind of makes more sense for him to join the main party, if you will. So that's what I'm presuming for now, and that's why we have this particular situation here. Even though, it only was entirely revealed within this one episode and utilized within this one episode. But anyways, putting that aside, the second thing I do want to talk about here is in regards to how Subaru eventually, the things that he did, right, or the abilities that he acquired here. So, I guess the biggest one would have to be, the purple invisible hand, the sloth factor, if you will. So we do know about this. I mean, it was pretty obvious once the hand came out that it had a direct relation towards the Archbishop of Sloth, Betelgeuse, I think. Whatever his name is. Beetlejuice, right? Yeah, Beetlejuice. And we do know that Subaru absorbed this sloth factor, I think, at the end of... No, actually, I think it was in Season 2, Part 1, right? While he was talking with Beatrice and all that. So we do know that he got this ability within him now. And, thinking about it some more, I suddenly realized that actually only Subaru and maybe a select few are able to actually see the manifestation of those invisible hands and whatnot. Like, normal people can't actually see them, right? So I guess that might help to hide some of the what he's actually using. Although I'm pretty sure that he's probably going to emit some ominous aura related to the witches while he's using these abilities. So probably don't want to use them too much, or he's gonna get into trouble, right, with the forces of justice and so on and so forth. But pretty cool. And it does, you can start kind of thinking about what's going to happen in the future, right? Like, is Subaru going to be able to eventually get the factors from all the different witches as well? And so by the end of the story, he's going to be a conglomeration of the factors of all the various witches, so like 7 types of abilities and so on and so forth, being basically the witch's boy, if you will. Or the Witch Master, something like that, something ridiculous like that. So you do kind of like start thinking, hey, maybe this is a possibility in the future, right? And then secondly, for a more short-term kind of thing, this is probably also going to be crucial in him eventually convincing Beatrice to his side and, and basically passing or clearing the conditions to save the mansion, right? Because I've said it all the way back in Part 1 as well, and I'll say it again, I do believe that the only way to safely pass through the mansion event, if you will, mansion quest, right, would be to get Beatrice on his side and, allow Beatrice to help fight off Elsa and whatever other forces there are. So yeah, so that is basically it for that part. What else? Oh, and then we also kind of get some explanation of what he was actually doing, what Subaru was actually doing while he was talking with Puck, and why he left Emilia aside during that night. I do still have to kind of question, like, don't get me wrong, I do think it's a pretty genius idea, and, considering Subaru, this is probably one of his more straightforward approaches, right? But I do think it's probably going to be very effective for Emilia here. But, couldn't he have picked, like, a better time to do it, or whatnot, like, during the day or something? I don't know. Maybe he had to talk with Puck or do something with Puck somewhere else, and then just kind of did the same thing at the time as well, right? But I guess that's just Subaru being Subaru, right? But I'm glad that everything worked out in the end, and Emilia now understands what Subaru was up to, and so all can be kinda, sorta forgotten, right? Forgiven, not forgotten, forgiven, right? Which we'll get more into once she passes the trials and whatnot, and then maybe we can have like a kind of confirmation of their relationship, even though at this point it's pretty much de facto, right? And then finally at the very end here we have the Emilia face-off with Echidna, right? And certainly I am not surprised by all this. And I'm certainly not surprised by Akidana calling her the witch's daughter and so on and so forth. I've maintained from the beginning that I do believe Emilia has to, absolutely has to, 100% have some correlation with the actual witch of envy, right? Satilla. It's just not entirely sure what actually it is. Like, could it be a reincarnation? Could it be like the daughter, as Akidana is implying, or could it be just a hand cherry-picked vessel for Satilla? Or and so on and so forth. So we don't know at this point, but we do know that Ekidona and Emilia are aware of each other's presence here. And I do love the little quote that Emilia had at the very end there. It's nice that I was able to finish the second OVA, right, Frozen Bonds, before I watched these few episodes, because that same quote, right? The same quote that I loved from Frozen Bonds as well. Watashi wa Emilia Tarano Emilia. So basically, I'm Emilia, just Emilia, right? I don't care about all the other accolades and whatnot. I don't care about my past. I don't care about like your preconceptions of me. I'm just here as me, myself, Emilia, and deal with it, basically. So I love that was a little direct little callback here, and once again, Emilia just stating that she is going to grab fate for her own hands and not disregard everything else that's happening, her past or what's expected of her, etc., etc., etc. Although, still, one has to wonder if this actually falls in line with Akidana's own manipulations and so on and so forth. Like, I do feel that she's probably going to be very entertained by Emilia's answer at the end of this episode, right? She's probably going to be amused by everything. Does Ekidona actually already know this will happen, though? Because I kind of there's this feeling within me that everything is under Ekidona's control, actually, and she is gradually guiding things and events to a point where she wants, where she feels excited and wants to observe what's going to happen in the future and so on and so forth, right? So you can kind of say that maybe she is like this unseen hand behind all this, or maybe I'm giving her too much credit, right? But I do still have this gut instinct within me that's telling me that everything that's happened up to now and so on and so forth maybe just maybe have been already predicted and part of a grand master plan set by Ekidona. Who knows, right? Who knows? In any case, well, that's basically it for this episode. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.